Good morning. I wanted to show one of the, I don't know what we call it, a customer highlight. So when I was showing Searchland to a customer, this is the thing that they made me realize that was interesting. I wanted to share that with you. So this one is going to be our, it's from the Rightmove on-market integration. It was new, which is partly why this was so interesting for me to see, and it was this. So if we jump into our sales data, one of the things that I thought was particularly interesting is we all know Land Registry sold price is 6 to 9 months, sometimes a year out of date. And I'm just going to bring the sales in track for the last, let's go for the last 2 years. And we're looking at the graph view here, and I want to change this to the monthly view because this will highlight this the clearest. Is Land Registry sales probably the easiest way for us to get sales data, unless you're looking at a handful of properties on Rightmove. It's out of date by up to a year sometimes. And if we actually look at the bottom of these charts here, anything in that dark gray, those are the actual sales that are recorded from Land Registry, and we can see that they drop off a cliff and kind of taper off during this sort of phase here. Now, the thing that I wanted to draw our attention to is the graph in red. This is our average sold price. So this is the price that things are actually selling for, and again recorded on Land Registry, because that is still the best way of capturing the sale. Now, this last record is from one sale, and this is actually from July this year. But what the on-market data gives us, and this is the edge that we can use this data for and what we were hoping it for, is it gives us 1, 2, 3 more months up until this month as well of asking prices listing data. So we can assume that the average sold price in July, I mean it's one record, is 285,000 in this area. And if we look at the more recent data, we'd say the last 2 months is telling us actually it's closer to 470. So that is the insight that this gives us. Now, if we do a couple other things, if I zoom out to get a slightly bigger catchment area, I can then caveat that by saying, okay, well, if we look at more results, whilst we have sort of 2 months of more accurate data from Rightmove telling us, hey, it's not 420, it's 470, the asking price more recently has been over what things are selling. So you can cushion that number by 10, 20%, 5%, whatever that is. So this was the thing that I liked the most. Hey, we've got this data. It doesn't mean you can actually necessarily click onto these properties and go and see them. It's saying, hey, what is the economy doing? What's the actual local market doing? And just looking at those aggregated listing prices, we can see, hey, things are actually trending for 10% more than they were 3 months ago if you were just using Land Registry. So that was the thing that I learned from a customer. Thought it was pretty interesting. So there we go.